of the water cut increasing the reservoir.
The fact is shown in 1 or 2.
One of the ways to control this problem is inject a polymer from the injection well. As a result of this phenomenon, the amount of the water cut start to decrease.
Polymer with water, yes?
Yes. A polymer combined with the water and inject to the injection well and it stop. You just push the oil, not start to produce. Actually, it's like as a piston in the mud pump. It easily acts. With the polymer, you just push the oil and control the amount of the water. This is the reservoir-based solution for the water cut. But I have a different mechanical type during the drilling and the production, like zonal isolation technique.
Yes.
Do you remember the zonal isolation technique?
Yes.
Like
Extrinsial and
no, swallowable,
swallowable. It's in Western
inflated casing pressure,
Yes.
and the swallowable.
Yes. This acting with the water and oil to be
Inflated of the elastomer and
Yes.
control the zonal isolation.
Yes.
Another way to control the water for the aquifer, inject the cement. So, right now we review the water cut control if we have a high amount of the water cut. But the problem related to formation damage. I think we review the formation damage related to the fine migration to the reservoir. Solid particle more than 1/3 of the average for diameter collect the mud cake and easily removed by the flow back. This is related to invade the filter rate, but during the drilling, in the many cases, all of the mud invaded to the formation. The name of this process is the mud loss, not create a filter cake and invaded just the filter.
Mud last in
All of the mud go to the formation. Because of the no. During the drilling, in the some interval related to the type of the formation.
This is clear. I thought in reservoir.
Yes. All of the formation go to the reservoir. At this junction, we have a very big mistake. First, as a result, we lost the drilling fluid for the mud. So, the amount of the hydrostatic pressure decreases. And it's prone to kick and blow. But at this lecture, we want to discuss about the damage related to this area. Drilling fluid may react with the rock rubber, with the formation rock. Also, it may react with the formation fluid and create the damage. The damage related to lost drilling fluid, it can prevent and decrease the amount of the oil flow rate. So, we must mitigate this problem. We mitigate this problem by using a special additive during the drilling. The name is last circulation material. Last circulation material create a blockage at the fracture and the caving area. Last circulation. The name religion is the LCM, one of the famous additive. But right now about the LCM creates the blockage in the interface of the wellbore and the reservoir. After the drilling, we easily remove this LCM by the acid washing. Because many type of the last circulation material is acid soluble. Like a flake, like a nutshell, like the camel wool. This is the type of the LCM. So it's create the interface and create a blockage to control the drilling fluid loss. But after the production, at the end of the drilling and during the production or the workover operation, they easily remove the LCM by the acid wash or back circulation. Let's view a video related to the last circulation material.
Loss circulation control is deemed to be one of the most serious drilling problems while drilling a well.
One of the very famous drilling problem.
Miracle Group of companies offers a wide
During the drilling,
ways of loss circulation.
the fluid enter to the formation.
Of loss circulation control
First,
is the use of commutants as a
column of
drilling fluid, and also
the drilling
use
fluid
of
start to
the
decrease, and as a result decrease the hydrostatic pressure.
different types which are selected taking into account peculiarities of loss formation.
In the fracture area, like the carbonate reservoir, because it's had a fracture, it's easily moved to the formation.
In 90% of cases,
But
this
if we
method
have a
is
last
the most
circulation material,
efficient and helps
we can easily control and close the fracture after.
circulation. The use of
Or the-
pulmonary cross-link
also,
valves
it's maybe
also
happen
shows high efficiency for
at the
loss
very
circulation
low
control.
pressure
The
reservoir.
peculiarity of this
Very
technology
unconsolidated
is
reservoir.
pulmonary composition into loss formation in order to
Also,
cross-link
maybe we have a
directly
big
to
fracture
formation.
related to the fault.
composition is
Back to
produced
the
well with the help
course
of
number
standard
4.
drilling equipment. The result
Fault.
is that there is formed robust gel with good adhesion. We also offer
In the harsh condition, in the harsh condition, last circulation material, we cannot control the harsh circulation material. We inject the cement because we have a very big fracture. So at the harsh condition, we change the last circulation material with the cement.
compounds with a regulated set time, which allows to control complicated and disastrous loss circulation.
We cannot mitigate this problem. All of the fluid lost to the formation.
Still in lost circulation interval. This composition is 100% acid soluble, and this fact allows to use it for loss circulation control.
Many times maybe use the very high viscosity polymer.
How
But-
to mitigate this problem? For example,
Big fracture?
Yes, fracture and, for example, just formation loss
If-
circulation.
A small amount of the loss of the drilling fluid is controlled by adding the LCM to the drilling fluid. But in the harsh condition, we ask the coil tubing service company to come to the rig and inject the cement. Inject the cement that this fracture fill with the cement. Also, we have a cement at this area. So we fill this fracture with the cement. Back to the surface and change the beat. And drill the cement and continue the rig. So at the right now, this fracture filled with the cement.
No, I mean, what difference between a normal blood circulation and this fracture? How I know that?
About the different type. If we have just the natural fracture, very small fracture, very small fracture, we use the normal LCM because very thin.
Yes.
It's closed by the LCM.
Yes.
But if we have a big fracture related to the fault, remember the video?
Yes,
Big
yes.
fault. Is not LCM cannot plug the fracture with the with the widths, very thick fracture.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
So at this condition, we use the summit.